hey, can you take a photo of me? You know, but I guess some women, it's either I don't know, I wouldn't want to call it insecurity, but I just find it strange because it's not like it's some stranger that asked Marcus to take a photo. It's someone who's married. If it was me, I could understand because I'm the single girl, you know. It would have been more like, okay, Kiki. But even with that, it would have still looked weird, like we're friends. But Julia is married. She have a whole woman, a wife, and asking someone to take a photo of you, I don't care who you are. Like it's just, I don't know, just little pity stuff. I just don't get it. Like I love Larsa, but I just think that was just a little, it's,
right.
you know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean,
This doesn't make sense.
I didn't really understand it. I mean, like I understand Julia was BravoCon. She asked Marcus to take a picture. I guess Larsa found the picture in Marcus's phone. But right, as far as I remember, Julia prefers women and she is married to Martina. And so I don't think there's anything going on between Marcus and Julia. I didn't understand why Larsa was upset either.
But I mean, just the thought of something going on with Julia and Marcus is just weird. You know, it's just weird. I don't know where this whole story is coming from, but I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think Larsa can do better. And as a grown woman who confident, like she should know where she's at in her relationship. And no matter what balls curves people throw at you, you should know, like you're comfortable. So I don't know, this whole Julia story thing, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, look, Larsa is having a tough season. You know, she was told about Guerdy's cancer and she then went and told the other women. Julia's not happy about that. A lot of people are not happy about that. How do you feel about this?
To be honest with you, watching the whole thing playing back, it's kind of like, if I was Larsa, I wouldn't go about it that way. You know, I don't think that was Larsa's story to tell. And I really feel like, especially with something so serious, like you don't just go around and just tell people, hey, she told me this, especially when we look back, we're like, she told you not to say anything to nobody. And it would have been okay if it was just us and the group, but she said it to her friends who's outside of the group, which is even worse, you know? If it was just us in the group, even though it's wrong, would have been okay, or at least it's between us. But to spread it to other people, like I was shocked to see that because I didn't know. I didn't know.
You think Larsa was wrong to do that?
That's very wrong. I'm sorry. Larsa is my friend, but that's wrong.
Now she has stuck to it. She's doubled down and she said she doesn't think she did anything wrong. She said, you know, I was doing it for support, I guess, to get as much support for Guerdy as possible. Like Larsa's not backing off this or apologizing, it seems.
I really think she should just apologize and move on. That's all I can say. You know, this is a serious thing, and the best thing to do. Well, again, I wouldn't say apologize unless you mean it. You don't force people to apologize. You know, so I hope that eventually it will click and realize that what she did was, because like, what if it was Larsa who had some issue, some health issue? Would she be okay with people, with me going to tell somebody else? You know, it just, sometimes you just have to check yourself and say, you know what? As much, even if you don't like the person, as much as like this argument is as heavy it is, you know what? I need to take a step back and put myself in this space and just kind of like tell it how it is. But again, you cannot force people to apologize. So until she's ready, what can we do?
Well, what about at the reunion? Do you think she'll apologize at the reunion?
I will hope so. I will hope so. I will hope so.
I mean, that is the time to do it. This is obviously going to come up at the reunion.
Listen, I'm hoping like even before the reunion that she will call and do something, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I haven't spoke to many of the ladies because I've been busy doing my own thing, dating, kids, mom, you know, it's a lot happening with me. So I haven't really been able to stay in touch with everyone. Once in a while, I'll text, I'll chat with Guerdy, Julia, Nicole, and, you know, like some of the girls, but I haven't really been in the loop. So I hope that she apologized already. If not, for sure, I think Guerdy deserves an apology at the reunion.
I mean, she also got a lot of flack for that one scene where Guerdy actually told her and she said, "How do you know? Are you sure?" I mean, does Larsa, I mean, I'm not coming for her. Does she understand like the severity of what it means to have, breast cancer? Because that scene where she said, how do you know? Are you sure? Doesn't help her case now, does it?
That's a lot. The only thing I can say though, I feel like everybody, and it's not that I'm defending anyone, but I feel like sometimes people process things differently. And I feel like people sometimes process things differently. Still, it's wrong. But what's the word I'm looking for? See, that's the problem. I told you English is not my second language, not my first language. Certain words, it takes time.
Well, with death, I think, I mean, like death and sickness and just sickness, I should say.
Yeah, because sometimes people tell me
process things different. Yeah.
Yeah, people tell me things sometimes, and I'll just look at you and just like, and then you thinking like, why are you not saying anything? But sometimes your mind is like, what just happened, you know? So I don't know. Maybe that's her way. That's how she deal with news or when she's shocked. I have no idea, but that's not it. Like that's not it. I really think she needs to call Guerdy. She needs to apologize, and they need to figure it out.
I think so too. I mean, Guerdy announced at BravoCon that she's cancer free. I mean, so what a journey, right?
I'm excited for her. And, you know, my biggest fear with cancer and what a lot of people don't get, I think they just think, oh, you have cancer, it's stage 1, you're going to be fine. No, no, no. The thing with cancer, the scariest part of it is you find out you have it, you can beat it now. And unfortunately, it may come back even many years later. So once you find out you have it, you don't know what the outcome will ever be forever. It may be after 2 years, boom, it comes back. It's an emotional, it will take an emotional toll on anyone. So I'm still afraid for Guerdy, even though I know she's fine now, but who knows? I'm like scared.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of people. There's Shannon Doherty. She's like a famous actress from 90210. She had, it came back and now it's spread. Right. I mean, it's there. And I mean, for me, I don't know if I would, I mean, I commend Guerdy on her. I don't know if I would have enough sense to like, what's this like strength to continue with the show. Like, I don't think I would be able to just say, here I am, I'm going through this, I'm putting it on a show. I mean, and that's no shade. It's just, I don't think I would, I mean, it's more a compliment. I don't think I would have, I think I would just retreat into a private space, me. So more power to her.
See, but also me knowing Guerdy, she's strong and she's a Haitian woman. Haitians are resilient. We were like the first country to gain our independence from slavery. We were like the first, like, we're not gonna put up with this. Forget it. So we're very resilient and she's very strong. And instead of her taking of herself in that moment, I think she kind of put it out like, you know what? Let me just put it out that way I can help people. And even me, I learned so much because I never really get a is that how you say mammogram? All of these using
a mammogram.
Using skin sunscreen. Like I never have to do any of these. And Guerdy was like, Kiki, girl, you gotta go and get checked. So I took my mom to check everything. I got checked out. I'm using sunscreen every day, everywhere now, because I've learned from her. Because she talked about it and she put it out, and she had conversation with me like, Kiki, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, because you're 38 years old. Well, now I just told you my age. You're 38 years old.
One of the youngest ones on this cast.
Me and Nicole. Yeah.
you and Nicole. Yes, well, that's all good. I mean, look, Larsa and Guerdy have had problems. We saw last year after the reunion, Guerdy, did an interview and said Larsa was the fakest of them all. Do you think Larsa is the fakest of them all in this group?
Well, that's